Are there things this is pretty embarrassing, you have refused to ask the question about, but everybody, like when people are talking to them, like, yeah, I mean, of course that's like
Look what?
Well, I'm trying to think of an example. Like, you pretend to know the answer thing because the general consensus is that everybody knows the answer.
I'm by the way, I don't
I
even
have
need
like
to know
so
the
many
question
things like
totally,
that.
but
Yeah.
Like I by the way, I'm just I have whatever.
It's like when I use a word wrong, almost like
salt of the earth. I've used that wrong my entire fucking life. These people were salt of the earth. I mean, you didn't want to be around them, and everyone's like,
But that's like one that actually makes like a little bit of sense, because if you salted the earth, nothing would grow there. It's like bad, right?
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah. But I thought also, I can see how you make that jump. I used to, the expression like a washed pot never boils.
Hold on.
I know. See,
wait, did you say a washed pot never boils?
That's I still said it wrong.
Yeah. A washed pot never boils.
There's so many things like this in my life that I will
washed pot never boils.
Yeah, and I was like, that never makes sense, but I would use it.
Yeah.
All the fucking time.
I used to think.
My friend Sean said "kosh" into the wind. Like "kosh" is a word. Like,
you just want to throw kosh.
I just want to throw a kosh into the wind instead of kosh.
I got a handful of kosh. And look at it go. Wait, I used to think ends meet were we just trying to make ends meet. I thought that was a sandwich, so that the very end of when the butcher shaves the meat, and it's like kind of cheap. Like that's what they'd sell you, because it was cheap. And if you were poor, you were just trying to make ends meet, and you were like, oh, I'll take an ends meet sandwich. Like I didn't know that they were talking about.
I'll have what's on the menu, but cheaper.
Dude, I'm not a very. I'm back in therapy, by the way.
Good for you.
Yeah, and I'm realizing how unexamined I live my life. Like how kind of just when I'm having my funnest, I'm not really paying attention to anything other than the moment. I was thinking about this, that like being in the moment is like when you can skip, right? And I think a lot of those times I just
you can skip, like you mean
we just skip.
You have joy.
You're like
joy. Yeah.
Or like you hear music and you do a little dance and you feel good.
Yeah.
And I think when I fuck up sayings like that, I think I'm living in the moment. Like I think when I'm at my dumbest, I'm in the moment. Like when I am my least examined.
Yeah, that's interesting because you're still present. You're just kind of
Very
wrong
present.
about the thing that. Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
I thought it was eavesdrop because you'd ease on into a conversation.
Yeah, I thought that the only reason I know that is because watching TV and I had the captions on and it said eavesdrop, and I was like, oh,
I'm
like, for real, I was just like, blew my mind.
I'm dyslexic, and I'm dyslexic. There's people that are a lot more dyslexic than I am. I am dyslexic in an unexamined kind of way. Like I can read out loud. It takes me a little while. If I'm not there, I fuck up a lot. And but I kind of learned how to speed read in 9th grade, where I just grab words and we took a speed reading class in 9th grade summer school for people that had bad reading comprehension. And by the way, it was me and now all my best friends, like whoever was in that class. It was me.
You guys were getting in trouble and not looking at books,
dude. We were.
Of course, that group. Like that's kind of a failure of the public school system. When you think about it, just like, hey, let's put all these guys that have this one problem together, and that's how we'll fix this. Like maybe they need attention alone.
Oh, but like
of course. What do you mean? All these guys who can't do one thing, who don't really take an interest in it. We're going to put them together. And
let's hope they find marijuana and alcohol quickly.
Or just like, and then we're going to give them the thing they don't do well.